Hey everyone, Scott Johnson here with Pitt Realty Group. Hope you're having a fantastic day, per the usual. So today, we're going to talk about material facts. So what the heck is a material fact? And why is it something that you need to be concerned about? Well, those are very valid questions, which I just asked for you. And we're going to go over that today. Now, one of the big reasons you need to understand a material fact and what it is because it'll help avoid a lot of issues with your real estate agent. All right, the reason is because you will receive a disclosure when you are selling this property, your property, and we'll go over that in another video. Now, on this disclosure, you are able to put no representation for certain things that maybe there's a leak in your roof and you don't want to really say anything about it. Because of caveat emptor, the buyer beware, you don't have to tell them if you don't want to. All right, you can't misrepresent it, but you can't tell them absolutely no, the roof is in perfect condition. But you can check the box that says no representation. I will tell you though that a material fact is a absolute known or something that should have been known about the property that can affect a party's decision making in the home buying process. Extremely important for you to understand, right? So let me put it this way. One material fact is, let's just say you have the load-bearing wall in your house has started to kind of tilt down, right? It's kind of started sagging a little bit. Well, that is a material fact, because if I as a buyer go in and let's just say I don't even see it. Let's say me and my agent were walking through the house. We don't see anything wrong with with the wall at all. But the listing agent does. They saw the sag in a couple of spaces, had it checked out, and they know that that load-bearing wall is kind of coming down a little bit. That is a material fact. It is something that even if you as the seller said, oh, I'm not going to represent that, I'm not going to say anything about that, okay? The listing agent has to say it. If you say to the listing agent, oh, I'm not going to make any representation on the air conditioning working, and the real estate agent goes in, or the listing agent you're working with goes in and sees the AC ain't working, that is a material fact, all right? They have to absolutely tell the buyer about it, period. And that can cause a lot of irritation on your part, especially when you're like, listen, I just want to get the highest price I can for my house. And that's what the real top real estate agents are there to do. But you got to understand that legally, even though it is buyer beware and they have to go through their due diligence and make the decision on their own, if there is something that is that important that it could make the buyer completely change their decision on buying that house, it has to be communicated to them. A second example is, let's say I'm a buyer and I'm taking a look at your property. And what I want to do is I have to have a place where I can put up a fence because I got a dog, or maybe I want to have some chickens or whatever, right? And then I come to find out that after I purchase it, that there are restrictive covenants. And we'll go over those in a different video as well. And those restrictive covenants say, no, you cannot put up a fence in this neighborhood. That is something important. That is a material fact that would have changed my decision as to whether I wanted to buy that house or not. So, in closing, a material fact is something that is known or should be known about the property. Zoning is another one, because if you're living in a residential area and everything around it is about to be rezoned to commercial, then that's going to have a big effect on the ability to use the property in the future for residential purposes. It's almost going to negate it. Not right away, but it will. All right, so something that is known or should be known that could change the buyer's decision on that property. Any of those facts, even if you say I don't want to represent it, have to be disclosed. So if you have any questions on this, please feel free to reach out. Again, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like it, well, just skip by. You don't have to hit the thumbs down. You're good. But also, if you want to hear more from us, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. It's also important that if you know someone who's selling their house in Greenville, North Carolina, go ahead and forward this to them. Hit the share button down to the bottom right, and share it with them, because knowledge is power in the home buying and selling process, and that's something that Pitt Realty Group is here to assist you with. Thanks so much, y'all, and have a fantastic day.